Hi! So as my study abroad trip comes to a close, I just wanted to create one last final video that would kind of synthesize the experiences that I've had and the vlogs that I've done and the hour alone challenges that I've completed. My first challenge was to ask an employee at a tourist center for further information about the city of Maastricht to determine whether there were places that I should visit or restaurants that I should choose to eat at that would further immerse myself into Dutch culture. And I chose to do this task because I thought that it was really important for me to be able to ask for direction or guidance, especially in a city with which that I was really unfamiliar. And this was a really great starting point for me as I was fairly comfortable interacting with an individual of another culture in this sort of formal, service-like manner. My second challenge was to ask individuals on the street for their opinions on the Dutch education system, as I sought to kind of push myself further outside my comfort zone than I had in my previous challenge. And I chose to do this task because I think that it's really important to interact with those who are a different culture than you in a really positive manner, and to kind of recognize the value of their perspectives, even if they're very different from your own. For my third challenge, I decided to push myself even further in that I chose to immerse myself in the French culture by attempting to actually speak in French. And although I reverted back to speaking with individuals in the service industry, as I had in my first challenge, I nevertheless pushed myself in regards to my comfort with language, as I obviously am much more comfortable speaking in English than I am speaking in French. Overall, although these different challenges increased in intensity, in that I was increasingly more uncomfortable and was consistently pushing myself further outside of my comfort zone, they were nevertheless similar to one another in that each one encouraged me to become more comfortable interacting with those that were different from myself and really engaging in conversation with these people that were different from me. Overall, throughout these vlogs, I've been able to develop a number of global competencies. Initially, I set out to enhance my skills in interacting with people who hold different interests, values, and perspectives, and in understanding cultural differences in the workplace. And each of my hour-alone challenges forced me to interact with those that were different from me in regards to culture and values and perspectives. And this ultimately helped me to gain a really great appreciation for diversity and to respect and value cultural differences. The fact that I was encouraged to reflect upon my experiences and to reflect upon the hour-alone challenges that I went through really helped to further understand what I had gone through and helped to facilitate my personal growth. And these videos really helped to encourage this. I feel as though I was really able to develop both of the global competencies that I set out to develop at the start of the study abroad program. Through these vlogs, I learned that I'm actually a lot less comfortable than I would have previously assumed interacting with those that are different from me. Specifically, I felt really, really anxious at trying to attempt each of these challenges because I feared what others would think about me or that I would possibly confirm some stereotypes that Europeans may hold of Americans. I was nevertheless really surprised at how well each of the challenges went and how positive each of the experiences was. And overall, these challenges really helped to facilitate my growth as a culturally aware and appreciative individual, ultimately helping to transform me into the kind of teacher that I want to be. And these challenges also helped me to develop other competencies that I didn't initially set out to develop, especially the ability to work independently, as each of these challenges we had to complete alone. Also, just gaining new knowledge from experiences and undertaking tasks that are unfamiliar and risky. Overall, these hour-long challenges were a really great way to kind of push me to develop myself as an individual over the study abroad program. And I'm really excited for future students to engage in these as well. I'd recommend that students in next year's LCTE program really attempt to push themselves, perhaps even more than I did, and to interact with locals in each country that they visit. Specifically, I'd recommend to future students to just try and explore cities, to sit alone in a cafe, a restaurant, or a park, and try to talk to those around them. But I would also recommend that students start out kind of small, perhaps maybe talking with a service employee, because I think that's a really great way to sort of just get your feet wet and kind of then be able to further push yourselves once you're comfortable. Overall, these experiences really helped me to make me more comfortable engaging with those that are different from myself, which will ultimately benefit me as a future educator, and that I will be better prepared to engage with my incredibly diverse students. I'm so excited to use what I have learned from the study abroad experience as a member of the global community, but also as a future educator in the United States. This is ultimately why I chose to attend the study abroad program, and I'm so happy to say that I learned more than I could have ever imagined. I am so incredibly grateful for this wonderful experience and to use what I have learned in the future.